Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. How's everyone doing? Looks like most people are voting bearish on the bias probably because like just in the last few minutes we just dropped off a good amount, right? How much did we drop off here? And Q dropped like 100 points in 2 minutes. Quite interesting doing that at like 9:15. I don't see any news for that. We have moderate news at 9:45. Final services PMI. Looks like on Friday, we had a high resistance. We had seek and destroy first, and then high resistance move up higher. Kind of annoying because we were long bias. I was long bias and got stopped out like twice, but it did reach the buy side liquidity. But that's fine. That's just gonna happen sometimes. So yeah, new week. I do want to find like an entry if I enter something. I do want to like find a trade before 10:30. It's a Monday. Just gonna clean that up a bit. All right, so on the daily, we reach into this. On ES, we reach into this SIBI, sure, and we never really even hit the sell side. NQ did. So you have SMTs at the lows there now. So this area could be, speed bump, roadblock, if it's going to go higher. So it could just be pulling back from here to another bullish PD array. So I don't know. We'll have to see if that has a continuation because, it's a daily point of interest. So if it starts shifting on the 15 and the 5, then we'll know. I think the chat is mostly bearish, yeah. Well, that was like quite the reaction, So. Like a 5-minute SMT at the highs or so. Yeah. Good morning. Okay, now chat's mostly voting bullish. Interesting. It's 50-50. It's for 42% bullish, 41% bearish. Uh-oh. You guys like my sweater? It's cute. I like it. It's a lemon. Kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like in the winter, I like wearing light colors. White, yellow, coral. Because it's ugly AF outside. Might as well make the outfit colorful. I actually did follow my New Year's resolution today of going on a morning walk. It was brick out. Brick. In New York, that's what we say when we mean it's really cold outside. Brick City. Okay, I'm gonna be in Florida on at the end of this week. So this week, stream will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, the stock market's closed in remembrance of Jimmy Carter. And on Friday, I will not be streaming because I'll be at like it's like a trader meetup type thing. First NFP I'm missing in a while then. What's the levy? So, I don't really consider this a changed state delivery here. From like, just this candle wasn't so energetic. So the ones I'd really be looking at is the inversion potential. So would want a clean displacement through that. So far it's not, it's just like wicking it. So it's not really giving me much to work with on the short side per se. It's not really breaking a short-term low either. So gotta just stay patient. We have open in about 6 minutes. Let me turn on the stat map. Four-hour open. Yeah, quite the move up overnight, right? It's like 200-point move. 280-point move. So we're going to have quite the opening range gap, right? Yeah. This was a little gap up from 445 to from 5 to 6, essentially. Look at that 15-minute on NQ. It's comedic. It's already that huge drop off. It's already retraced more than half of that. I think today's going to be an interesting morning. I don't know. That's pretty volatile already. Okay. Yeah, so people mostly are bullish today. Interesting. Why are you guys bullish? Quite well interested today. I see the SMTs at the lows. I just don't. I see like we're in a premium right now. We're having a roadblock. So for the moment, I'm not really that interested. On the hourly, we if we take out this low with no displacement, we kind of start accumulating more, then I'll probably be bullish. Just want to know, did NQ take out this low and make an equal low here? Because then that's sus if it's an equal low. 42, and it's a low here. 41.75. It took it out by 1 tick, actually. Well, ES did not take out that low. It'll be wild if like that's the manipulation. That's all it needed. This 15-minute FEG that I marked out, like it's being respected, Where I said like, okay, for a shift in structure, I need a displacement through this, and we're not getting any displacement, so there's no point in me. I'm gonna delete this. Because it's not bearish right now. I don't know what today's gonna be like. I have to, what I like to do is come in and think about, is it gonna be high resistance or low resistance liquidity run, right? So I already think it's gonna be high resistance day. So I have to be careful with my entries. I'm gonna be very disciplined and patient. I'm only gonna take entries that are after manipulation. Yeah. This is a wild 15-minute candle. Sheesh. So let's see, open in 1 minute. It's just crazy. This is just a daily FEG I marked out here. Let me be better about this, though. Was it a 4-hour? Did I refine it? No, I didn't. Come on, Tanya. Be better than that. I don't like it when it looks like that. I like my little boxes. Just like, we moved up 280 points overnight. Okay. And he just took out pre-market highs, which were relatively equal highs. Right? These were kind of relatively equal. So, noting that. Little ES has not taken that out yet. So you have a little bit of a divergence there, right? At the moment. What is the drawn liquidity? I don't know right now. I'm going to eat some oatmeal. I want to look at that like gap up. Yeah, so this is what that looks like. These are all the candles that happened overnight during the extended hours session. This is like New York session. So you can see this is the gap up. We barely tapped into it, like pretty wild. It's called dynamic RTH gap from 2 degrees. And then that one. Yeah. Okay. So ES also hit pre-market high, so there's no S&T at the highest anymore. And Q on the 15 looks quite strong there, taking out that high. We'll see how that candle closes. But yeah, so there's no bearishness yet. So, you know, I wonder how many people that just like trade like candlestick patterns, like see those like 3 wicks there and they're trying to short that. You know, some people trade like that. Oh yeah, it's rejecting here, but that's why I like to wait for confirmations. Let me think for a moment. 9:45 news. Ideally, yeah, I want to have a trade before 10:30. If I don't find anything by 10:30, then I'm just gonna be like, chill. It's like the first complete trading week of the year. Not really, because we have Thursday off, but let Monday open up. Don't want to rush into much. But I already think it's high resistance conditions. So, in my humble opinion, if I'm wrong later on, I'll just look at that later, but I think it's high resistance conditions. I think. You know, the Dow is dropping. Yeah, I already think that's why also. The Dow is nearing new low of day. Yeah, it's making new lows on the New York session. The YM. That's definitely showing tougher conditions, even though, you know, Dow is typically inverse NQ nowadays, but DXY is going higher. I saw it pumping when we were dropping pre-market. I was like, wow. DXY look on the higher time frame at least. It's like equal lows, low and imbalance, sell side. On the 4-hour. It did take out buy side on like the weekly. It's still a weekly SIBI. Yeah, not much of an open so far. Like how many, since like the open, it's been 8 minutes. And what's the range from here to here? 78 points. Decent range, but look at the candles. You know, it's kind of gyrating back and forth. Do. Might not find anything because there's no strong reversals. See at 9:45 if that gives us anything, because it's moderate news, but I don't really recall that is injecting much volatility into the marketplace. PMI, final services PMI. Oh. Yeah, someone said ES doesn't even have that first FEG yet. Neither does NQ, does it? Oh. Where's NQ's first fair value gap of the day? It's not even there. Yeah, it's taking a while. Kind of just shows, like, not much direction. Right? No displacement, no trade. I'm not gonna... Like, the worst kind of thing to do is, like, to just go down to a smaller time frame and try to find something there, because then you're just gonna see something that's not there, right? So, lowest I'm gonna be on is, like, the 1 minute today. Already not vibing with this price action. You know, what's the pullback here? You know, that's the thing, is I'm not particularly bearish really, because we have S&T at the low, and like we retraced this much. It's kind of, that's not really bearish, you know. Instead, you can see this as liquidity. It's a high and imbalance. It's not filled completely. You know, interesting. It's interesting how, you know, ES actually has pretty smooth highs here on the daily, and NQ has a jagged high. NQ took this low out, tracing pretty deeply in this on the daily, right? Yeah. It's in the golden pocket zone, like they like to call it. But, you know, daily point of interest, I want to see at least a 5-minute shift done, you know? There's not even a 1-minute shift. Days like today, it's probably better to even just stay on the 5. Kind of move to the 1 to see if there's a first presented FEG, and there literally is not. But yeah, nothing. It's kind of looking for potential. If it took out pre-market highs and had a sharp reversal, I'd go short, but nothing so far. There you go. There's the first presented FEG of the day finally here on NQ and ES. This means it's the first fair value gap since 9/31. The Dow is just like going lower, right? YMH 2025. It's like picking up. Midnight open all the way down there. I think I've heard that the Dow retraces to midnight open the most out of the 3 indices. So I'm just gonna like have that as a potential idea. Like, not an idea, but yeah, maybe an idea. Or like, maybe later, if it hits it, I'll just journal that. The Dow's the most bearish out of the three. I'll have it on another screen so we can still watch NQ because everyone loves NQ. NQ's making new highs. Dow's just like in the middle of the range. Most people are bullish. Well, it was like 50-50 when you first started. That's interesting. Most people switch to bullishness. Let me think. Yeah. I think it's just high resistance conditions. And not many displacements, right? We just have that first FEG of the day, and look, we looked through it deeply. We didn't invert it. In this daily SIBI right now, the Dow didn't even reach that like SIBI. Or even volume imbalance, so I don't really trust shorts for the Dow either. It didn't really reach a point of interest that's interesting enough for me, I guess. Yeah. Just took out nothing, like just a Thursday high, not even last week's high. Okay. Yeah, I think it's just high resistance, push higher, and I don't really see any type of. Here's a 9:45 news candle. Actually, that already just happened, right? It's like, what's your draw on liquidity if you're bullish? You know, I guess all the way up there. You can check out stat map. Because we gapped up like almost 300 points. Just not that interested in longing all the way in this premium right now, you know? Especially if I think it's high resistance. Yeah, we already reached a distribution level for that for a 4 hour. What about daily? Like, where's the daily likely to go? Already did. Like, we've already extended well beyond, which is weird for a Monday with no news, you know? Was there overnight news, you guys? Someone said, why can't I trade NQ? I don't know, bro. Like, even if it takes out this low, it could just be high. It could just be high resistance to push up higher. So, you know, for bullish, that's just the draw on liquidity is all the way up there. Which we basically are. We're following bullish structure pretty, like, strongly because it didn't even dip into really. It took out this low by a tick, right? I said it would be funny if that was just the manipulation. It looks like it was. It's just been slowly grinding up. Not much to get involved with because when I took out this high, I was just wicking it both ways. So maybe if it takes out like a swing low and then inversion back on the way higher, maybe I'll take that. That's basically what I'd look at. I'm not really seeing much. You have an M15 fair value gap forming basically if this candle closes. Well, most likely, there's going to be an M15 candle, FEG, as long as this doesn't close like all the way down here. Kind of weird if it did. A new strategy. It's a joke, relax. Tanya, would you consider daily bearish before this because of the SIBI? I wouldn't just, I don't really come in with like the bear bias because of that. I'd like just mark that as a point of interest and then try to see if there's reaction there. We did not have any strong reaction there yet, so. Yeah, if we end up having 5-minute inversion or 15-minute inversion, I would try shorts probably, but nothing of the like has happened. So I'm just kind of eyeballing to see where this first presented fair value gap lines up with the higher time frames. On ES, it does line up. If it like breaks below that, then it would break the 15-minute potential fair value gap. Why did I mark this out? Oh yeah, because we didn't hit this, and ES and NQ did. Yeah. So far, this is kind of boring. Kind of like watching paint dry, not gonna lie. So this is like not the time to be just throwing something at the charts and see what sticks, you know? So don't try to force like a bias or a certain thing on the market. I'm gonna just eat some oatmeal. Elmo's World. I went to 2 jazz clubs this weekend. It's pretty fun. One on Saturday, one on Sunday, and neither of it was my plan, so it's kind of fun. The musicians are so good. New York City, just like, it was amazing because there was no fee or anything, no cover. Just all this talent for free, basically. Just like, wow. And now we're just another new hive day for NQ and ES. I don't know, bro. It's not really, I don't see any kind of entry for myself, so just let it pass me by. Even if you were bullish from here, right? Oh, the SMT at the low. For me personally, there's no entry anyway. Took out this high, it was very iffy. Still have no bias, really. But yeah, And I was talking to my friend that was like, yeah, and like a lot of these musicians are just like, you know, music teachers in the city. I was like, yeah, my band teacher was in a jazz band. And also my ancient Latin teacher was also in a band, but he was in a ska band. They both played trombone, actually. Yeah, I had to take ancient Latin in high school for 2 years. You had to take a modern language and an ancient language. And my Latin teacher was very quirky. He would have this huge Webster dictionary, and he would balance it on his head randomly during class. Just be ibus, and just have this dictionary on his head. And then he would wear the hall pass around his neck. Like, if you were like, can I go to the bathroom? He'd like make it a whole like ritual. He'd take it all around off his neck, and he'd give it to you like this. Anyone know how to set these titles on the top of the trading view chart? Like Tanya has patience, precision, grace. Yeah, it's just the 2 degrees one. I think this is free too. And or you can just search watermark on the indicators, watermark, or AGFX. There's a bunch of them. Pretty simple one. I like it because it gives me a little reminder of my values. So I ever seen a more bullish market in my life. Yeah, it's like super bullish. I just don't see any valid setup for me to get into. Didn't even come back into a 15-minute. Unknown person says, hey, Tanya, what's bias? It's bullish right now. It's like market structure is bullish, but it's just too much of a premium and no manipulation really for me to get involved there. Someone said, got the Justin Werlin specs on. Is he wearing yellow glasses? If he's wearing yellow glasses, he has a Tanya Trades specs on, besties, because he asked me where I got mine. I linked him. Real patience is needed today. I know, right? Word. But it's okay. I mean, I'm telling you guys, if I don't see anything by 10:30, if I don't get into a trade by 10:30, I'm not doing shit. We'll see now if we're gonna get some movement. Looks like we might. It's a boring day. Yo, this is so boring. Since the open, bro, like what's been the range? We have literally one fair value gap since the whole open. Right, the open was here. Why don't I have that marked out anymore? The range for NQ, 120 points. Range for ES since the open, 25. It's like larger than a few weeks ago, but these candlesticks, bro, it's literally killing me. Perfect day, nothing standing in my way. What are we gonna do, you guys? Was a FOMO account loud? Long. FOMO account long. Why didn't I take long and NQ off the first fair value gap? Because it was like the minute before news. Good moderate news. 9:45. And also none of the market structure is clean. We just took out some highs and you can take out a low. I thought it was high resistance conditions, so I'm not going to take a long in like the second leg there. Unless it's manipulation. YM just took out the pre-market highs. You know, YM has that volume imbalance on the daily it can tap into. That's why I said I wasn't convinced about YM being bearish either. So it's a good thing. At least I'm staying safe. There's literally no trade that you just don't trade. But I'm just surprised. I don't know. I thought like from especially this drop off at pre-market, I thought today would be more erratic. The 15-minute just is insanely bullish, yeah. The SMT and closure above pre-market high. Now what? You know, like this retracement, this could retrace wherever. Could even like retrace the midpoint of this if it wanted to, and it'd still be bullish. Kind of like the other day here. Retraced all the way down into this 15-minute FEG. And even so, after this, it was pretty sloppy. It's like watching paint dry. ES is a bit like near its high of day, up 1%. NQ's up 1.4%. Let's see this map on TradingView for the heat map. Heat map. Stocks. Interesting day. That's what it looks like. Nvidia's up 3%. It's a mixed day. Utilities, or this is the S&P. Pretty mixed. It's mostly green. Nothing really stands out to me. I think tomorrow's probably going to be an easier, better structure because it's 10 a.m. Jolt's job openings, pretty high impact news there. I mean, yeah, it's red folder news that usually brings some volatility. The thing I marked is the 1 minute first presented FEG. It's not the 15. Kids don't go back to school until tomorrow, so it might be grind today. I don't know. I don't think most of the big guys are watching their kids right now. Sweet. What's it saying in the chat? Hey, in the next traders meetup, can you sneak us T-Trade's picture? No. The biggest flex I have is I know what T-Trades looks like. There's a market structure shift. Would you look for entries? It really depends on what time frame it would be on. I think I would need it on at least a 5 minute. And NQ on the 5. It wouldn't really provide any structure shift until way lower. So I would more likely want to see like some sort of sweep into the 15-minute FEG. You got some lows and then a 1 minute shift up higher, but I don't know if that's, we don't know if that's too much to ask because of this kind of movement. It's just very back and forth. So it's likely if it retraces to that M15, like it's going to have the same kind of grindy action where I won't really even think it's worth getting involved just because if it's not a sharp reversal, it could still work, but it wouldn't be worth my risk, essentially. Wouldn't be worth the risk for me. Because then I'd probably stay in the trade for like 30 minutes for a while. And not only that, it could just like it's less likely to work out if it's not like a sharp action. See, ES. It's quite strong. I'd never even like reach into the M5 FEG here. It could. M15, M5 here. I definitely would not be shorting this. That's what I want to say. It's like, yeah, straight up no entry. If we had retraced to here, like a 5-minute unicorn, back into 8:30, 9:30 open, and we had like a reversal, then I would have maybe tried longs, but no. No entries. Seems like it's just gonna continue this little grind higher. This 4-hour candle, let's see the stat map for the new 4-hour candle. So open. Potential manipulation. I mean, yeah, that would be nice if it manipulates into this 15-minute and then provides a clean entry up higher. Distributes higher, would be fine. We're back in this area now. Not at the 15-minute at fair value gap yet, but close, close. Back in the first presented fair value gap. Now we are in the 15-minute fair value gap. I don't really take out a low in it, but let's see. Take out this low, I guess. SMT. So, see if there's bullishness. Isn't that funny? The last like 2 seconds of that candle, it's literally like the last 2 seconds, 5 seconds. Yeah. Anyway, didn't even create a bearish FEG there. Just, that's how bullish it is. See on the 15 now. Yeah, tiny tap into there. I don't know. I want to see what on the 1 minute. Like I said, I'm not going lower than the 1. I'm not going lower than the 1, but you could see on the 30-second, the BPR there. Took out a low. Sure, if you want to do that. I want to see some 1-minute displacements or something. Let me see this on the... It's tempting, but what would that even look like? It's just moving way too slow for me to want to get involved, really. What would that be? It's at 30 seconds. It's again 36-point stop. And if you're going to take it to the distribution point on the 4 hours, it's probably going to take forever. Let's see. I'm sure it's a 3R, but like the fact is at the highs, it's probably going to stall, etc. So, anyway, we'll see here now. Will there be any good 1 minute fair value gaps? Let's see. This is definitely a CSD, like a order block, 1 minute, change of state of delivery. I don't want to look too deeply there. Not in anything right now. I'm just looking to see if it's going to retrace like to 50% or something. We made a fair value gap here, tiny one. But, you know, this is the order block, the CSD. And we already took the high of day. It's just a tricky structure. On the 2 minute or the 3. If it has a decent bounce, like a decent reaction here, I'll probably try it. Let's see. ES, not really. See if ES ends up taking this low out. Hands off the mouse, as I don't want to get into something prematurely. Nvidia's up 4.6%. Well, just up 3.8. If I don't get into a trade by 10:30, I'm not getting into a trade. I'm considering this. So bullish, it won't even retrace to that. It's crazy. It's wild because, I said, I would take a long if it had a manipulation and an inversion. It's just nothing on the 1. Had it on the 30-second. I suppose that was just the play. I said I only want to do the 1 minute, but yeah, that was pretty nice reaction. Okay. I just took it on the 32nd. Let me see what that would have been like. I was just like, okay, I'm longing this. That would still be like not worth the RR really, just to the first target. If I was holding for more, it'd be fine probably, but still very uncomfortable. Still an uncomfortable hold. It's just like very slow. Just measuring out this leg here to see if it doesn't look like it's going to come into 50% of it. Like one of my least favorite structures, just when this shift happens, okay, we just took sell side, we immediately like take buy side already right after, you know? So then it's like annoying. If it shifts before it takes buy side, then it's like I'm way more inclined to take the trade. So yeah, there was overnight news, Trump tariff news. Yo, someone made a gif of me and put it on Twitter. That's funny. That's funny. Me being bored. What was the news, you guys? Trump will scale back tariff plans. Trump denies report that his team is eyeing pared back tariffs. Yeah. Interesting. Trump says reporting on changes to his tariff policy is wrong. Okay. See Twitter. I go on Fast Stock News. NQ never wanted to give me an entry today. Just never wanted to give it to me. Just the tiniest retrace. I should have just taken the 32nd, but I said I wanted 1 minute. And that's it. Oh well. And then no retrace. So bullish it doesn't want to even retrace. To here. What time is it? It's 10:23. Did you guys hear that? Like, it's likely that, like, the rumor is that the Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau is, like, likely to announce his resignation. That would be good for Canada. Hmm. Yo, is it? It's supposed to be super cold today. I think there's supposed to be a storm coming. Just saw the massive storm. Oh, it's gonna snow today. Okay. Cool. Trudeau resignation likely before caucus meeting on Wednesday. Interesting. North Korea fires ballistic missile 12 hours ago. Projectile believed to be North Korea fired ballistic missiles already fallen. Japan Coast Guard said that. Okay. Wow. What? Did he say anything? Because apparently on the odds on like those betting markets really, really shot up to like 100%. That's weird. Oh, word. Oh, well. Interesting. See, what did my... Okay, yeah, I answered that question. I can't believe Uber is still like operating, by the way, you guys, because I'm pretty sure they operate, their profit margins are negative 20%. You know, they've been subsidized by venture capital for years and years, and, you know, they've never turned a profit each year. So I'm kind of surprised that they still have money. Oh, you know what? You know what? Congestion pricing in New York is now back. I'm pissed. Crossing through the freaking tunnels and the bridges cost $12. Kidding me? Did I see Elon attacking the UK? Yes, I did. Uber and Lyft lobbied for congestion pricing. Fuck them. So annoying. Yeah, we're just whatever, steadily grinding up higher. I mean, what does this move up from 32nd? How many points did we move from there? From here to here, we moved 64 points in 20 minutes. Someone said they've had what? You had congestion pricing in London for 20 years? It's wild. How much though? Also, apparently, like in other European countries, like you need to have like a certain license plate or something in Paris to be able to drive in the city center. And in Austria, and my friend got ticketed, a lot of tickets in Austria because she was driving in Vienna center, and like apparently she's not allowed to do that. And she paid the tickets. I forgot what happened. Oh no, she was paying the tolls and stuff, but still got ticketed a lot. In Milan too. Do I use crypto TA as well? Yeah. No, at least now I have an order block in discount, but who knows if we'll get there. It's very weird. Yeah, it's just one of those days. It's past 10:30, you guys. I'm not going to enter anything. And most likely not. Let's see here. What else happened last night? Okay, so GM and Ford rise pre-market, General Motors and Ford because of the report of less aggressive US tariffs. Oh shit, Fubo's shares are up 25% because Disney nears deal to merge Hulu Plus Live into Fubo. That'll be interesting. There's way too many streaming subscriptions as it is. But then you get worried if one company owns everything, they're just gonna like really hike up the prices. Just kind of what we had for cable, I guess. Trump said, I will unban Biden's oil drilling ban immediately. I think that's why crude oil's up. Is crude oil up like, I think I saw it was like up natural gas futures extend gains, prices up by 10%. Sheesh. Okay. There's going to be news. Canada Prime Minister Trudeau will hold a news conference at 10:45 a.m. Interesting. 3:45 MT. Is that mountain time? 15:40. That's confusing to me. I know if it's like 4, so then that would be 5:45 Eastern, no? Oh, here it is. He intends to step down. Yeah, he already said it. Yeah, he announces he intends to step down as Liberal Party leader, but will stay on until party chooses a new leader. Oh, it already all happened. Okay. Good for Canada. Yeah, I'm just like reading Walter Bloomberg's feed on Twitter. Let's see here. Trump said Washington Post story that I'll pare back my tariff policy is wrong. Spot gold falls 1%. Trump, okay. Okay. Yeah, he already did. Oh, okay. Sounds good. Seeking prorogation of Parliament until March 24th. What does that even mean? The action of discontinuing a session of Parliament or other legislative assembly without dissolving it. Okay. Yeah, that's it for me today, you guys. I mean, I just didn't get an entry, and I said I wanted something before 10:30. And this market is really like watching paint dry, and it's not worth it for me to even enter anything. So I think tomorrow will be better price action. We have 10 a.m. Red folder news. So yeah, thanks for stopping by and watching the market with me, because today's really tests your patience, and I'm pretty happy. I didn't really. No trade today for me. The only potential trade was probably just that 30-second inversion, but not really worth it. I wanted just a 1 minute and a pullback, and I just didn't get it. So I'm not really feeling any kind of FOMO because the market's moving like a snail. I think tomorrow will be better. So stay safe, everybody. And I'll see you back here tomorrow at 9:15 a.m.